Join me as I dive into a deep discussion and challenge myself to explore whether patience can really shield the oppressed from suffering. Patience is often viewed as a virtue, a quality that allows us to tolerate difficult circumstances without becoming agitated or upset. But is it truly a key to protecting the oppressed? Or does it simply enable the status quo to persist? This is a question that has been debated by scholars, activists, and community leaders for centuries, and one that remains highly relevant today. The concept of patience as a means of alleviating suffering is complex and multifaceted. On one hand, patience can allow individuals and groups to endure difficult circumstances with dignity and resilience, preserving their energy and resources for more strategic and effective action. On the other hand, patience can also be used as a justification for inaction, allowing systemic injustices to persist unchecked. As we consider the role of patience in protecting the oppressed, it's essential to examine both the benefits and drawbacks of this approach. The relevance of this discussion cannot be overstated, as countless individuals and groups around the world continue to suffer under oppressive systems and regimes, from racial and ethnic minorities to women, LGBTQ+ individuals, and people with disabilities. The need for effective strategies to protect and empower the oppressed is urgent and ongoing. By exploring the potential role of patience in this context, we may uncover new insights and approaches that can help to alleviate suffering and promote greater justice and equality. As we explore this topic, it's essential to consider the many different forms that oppression can take, from overt violence and discrimination to subtle forms of marginalization and exclusion. Each of these contexts presents unique challenges and opportunities for action, and patience may play a different role in each one. By examining the varied experiences of oppressed individuals and groups, we can gain a deeper understanding of the complex interplay between patience, action, and social change. Oppressed individuals and groups face numerous challenges that require immediate attention and action. Systemic injustices, discriminatory policies, and violent oppression can lead to significant harm and suffering. Impatience can arise from the urgency of these situations, driving individuals to take bold action. However, impatience can also lead to reckless decisions, causing more harm than good. The need for action is undeniable, but the approach must be thoughtful and strategic.
The immediate need for action is often driven by the harsh realities of oppression. Limited access to resources, lack of representation, and violent suppression can create an environment where patience seems like a luxury that cannot be afforded. In such situations, impatience can be a natural response, fueling a desire for immediate change. Yet, this impatience can also lead to burnout, division, and ineffective strategies that ultimately hinder progress. History has shown that patience and impatience can both play significant roles in social movements. The civil rights movement, for example, was marked by periods of patience and strategic planning, as well as moments of impatience and bold action. The key to success often lies in striking a balance between these two approaches, allowing for sustained momentum and progress. The challenges faced by oppressed individuals and groups are not limited to external factors. Internal conflicts and power struggles can also arise. Impatience can exacerbate these issues, leading to division and fragmentation within social movements. Patience, on the other hand, can facilitate cooperation and unity, enabling individuals and groups to work together towards a common goal. In addition to internal conflicts, oppressed individuals and groups must also navigate complex systems and institutions. Patience can be essential in this context, allowing for strategic planning and careful maneuvering. However, excessive patience can lead to complacency, causing individuals and groups to become mired in bureaucratic processes and ineffective strategies. The relationship between patience and action is complex and context-dependent. In some situations, patience may be necessary to build momentum and create opportunities for change. In others, impatience may be required to respond to urgent crises or capitalize on fleeting moments of opportunity. By examining the experiences of oppressed individuals and groups, we can gain a deeper understanding of when patience is necessary and when action is required. Throughout history, social movements have employed a range of strategies, from patient and persistent efforts to more impulsive and spontaneous actions. The outcomes of these approaches have varied, with some achieving significant success and others resulting in setbacks and failures. By studying these examples, we can identify patterns and lessons that can inform our own approaches to protecting the oppressed. Patience has been a crucial component of many successful social movements, enabling individuals and groups to endure hardship and maintain their commitment to a cause. The anti-apartheid movement in South Africa, for example, was marked by decades of patient resistance and strategic planning. This approach ultimately contributed to the downfall of the apartheid regime and the establishment of a more just and equitable society. Historical examples also illustrate the importance of balancing patience with action. The women's suffrage movement in the United States, for instance, combined patient lobbying and advocacy with more impulsive and disruptive actions, such as protests and demonstrations. This balanced approach ultimately led to the passage of the 19th Amendment and the securing of women's right to vote. The role of patience in contemporary social movements is also significant. The Black Lives Matter movement, for example, has emphasized the importance of patience and persistence in the face of systemic racism and violence. By combining patient organizing and advocacy with more impulsive and spontaneous actions, the movement has been able to maintain momentum and achieve significant progress. A significant insight that emerges from this discussion is the importance of context in determining the role of patience in protecting the oppressed. Patience can be a powerful tool in certain situations, enabling individuals and groups to build momentum and create opportunities for change. However, in other contexts, impatience may be necessary to respond to urgent crises or capitalize on fleeting moments of opportunity. The story of Malala Yousafzai, the Pakistani activist for girls' education, provides a powerful illustration of the importance of patience and persistence in the face of oppression. Despite being targeted by the Taliban and surviving a brutal assassination attempt, Malala continued to advocate for girls' education, using her patience and resilience to build a global movement and inspire meaningful change. In contrast, the experience of the Occupy Wall Street movement in the United States highlights the potential risks of impatience and lack of strategic planning. The movement's failure to articulate a clear set of goals and demands, combined with its impulsive and spontaneous actions, ultimately limited its impact and led to its decline. The importance of balancing patience with action cannot be overstated. While patience can provide a foundation for sustained momentum and progress, action is necessary to create meaningful change. By combining these two approaches, individuals and groups can maximize their impact and achieve significant results. In summary, patience can play a crucial role in protecting the oppressed, but it must be balanced with action to be effective. The experiences of oppressed individuals and groups, as well as the lessons of historical and contemporary social movements, highlight the importance of context and strategy in determining the role of patience. By examining these examples and insights, we can gain a deeper understanding of how to promote greater justice and equality. Ultimately, the role of patience in protecting the oppressed is multifaceted and context-dependent. While patience can provide a foundation for sustained momentum and progress, action is necessary to create meaningful change. By combining these two approaches and considering the lessons of historical and contemporary social movements, we can work towards a more just and equitable world. Join the conversation by sharing your thoughts on the role of patience in social justice in the comments below. And check out another relevant video on my channel to continue the discussion.